You walk up to someone new, and as your hand reaches forward to initiate the introduction, you prepare to hear their name. 3 seconds later, they are still smiling at you, but the name they just spoke has completely vanished from your mind. This moment usually triggers a wave of social embarrassment, leading you to assume your memory is failing or your focus is simply too weak. Psychology identifies this phenomenon as a specific byproduct of high-level cognitive complexity rather than a lack of intelligence. To see exactly why the system drops the data, we are going to freeze time and dissect this 3-second window of the introduction. Instantly dropping a name indicates a brain currently executing a massive volume of simultaneous background tasks. We stop the clock exactly half a second into the handshake. Here, the brain initiates divided attention, the cognitive ability to process multiple streams of sensory information at once. The motor cortex calibrates grip strength, manages your body posture, and calculates appropriate eye contact duration. Simultaneously, your internal systems work to suppress baseline social anxiety and actively regulate your self-presentation to the stranger. By the 1.5-second mark, the brain shifts resources away from social etiquette and towards deeply ingrained evolutionary survival mechanics. This triggers facial recognition prioritization, a resource-intensive neurological process where the visual system commands the majority of your available bandwidth to analyze the human face. Your mind is scanning for micro-expressions, assessing a threat level, and searching internal databases to determine if this face is familiar. Between physical coordination, emotional regulation, and intense visual scanning, your cognitive bandwidth rapidly hits maximum capacity. Before the stranger has even spoken their name, your neural networks are redlining just to keep you socially and physically secure. Now we move the timeline to exactly 3.0 seconds, the moment the audio waves of the name reach your ear. To the brain, a name is an arbitrary label. An arbitrary label is a piece of information that has no logical or descriptive connection to the object it identifies. Because this label lacks a visual shape and arrives with no surrounding context, it carries almost no value to your survival systems. This chart shows the disparity in data weight. The dense, complex visual data of the face heavily outweighs a single disconnected audio dot. As the system reaches 100% capacity, it experiences cognitive overload, forcing an instant biological choice. Your brain executes a triage protocol that preserves survival-critical visual data while immediately discarding low-value audio streams. Your memory-forgotten name is a deliberate casualty of a priority system designed to save the brain from a complete crash. We return to the present moment. The handshake ends, and the name is gone. Because this issue stems from limited bandwidth and a total lack of context, we can actively bypass the brain's standard priority settings. You can force the brain to keep the data by repeating the name aloud or mentally anchoring it to a specific visual trait on the person's face. This forces that arbitrary label to become high-priority data by attaching it to active motor functions and established visual networks. Your memory hardware is functioning exactly as it should. The next time you drop a name, you can smile, knowing your overactive mind was simply too busy reading the room to care about a meaningless label.